Hello, my name is Barbero Switalski, and I am the instructor at the Center for Study and Creativity of 614, which is advanced cognitive tool for creative problem solving. And we are here to demonstrate a couple of tools, of advanced tools that we can use within the creative problem solving thinking skill framework. Today we are doing a tool for diagnostic thinking that is called SWOT, and we are going to go through a quick facilitation experience just to give you a feel of what a SWOT is about. So please bear with me. It's going to be the divergent process and the convergent process. They are going to be quite quick. In reality, this tool will be longer, will require more time, but we are going to do it in a very synthetic way. So what is the topic that we are going to talk about today? Is our conference, the Creativity Expert Exchange, that we have every May here in Buffalo State. Let's start thinking about if we look at this grid here, which is the SWOT grid, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's go and see what are the strengths of our conference today. And when I say strengths, so write on a post-it just one by one and say it aloud, and we put them here because we are diverging at this time. When I mean strengths, I mean really things where this conference is as a competitive advantage, something that really set the conference apart from other conferences. So let's start and give me some
interaction with alumni.
Okay, perfect. Anna?
Diversity in fields.
Make a good way of make connections.
Okay, good.
Diversity in age.
Go ahead.
Many different topics.
Affordable, great participants.
Alumni and current students presenting.
Perfect. So other strengths, things are really said. What makes this conference really unique in the area of creativity conference? You have been to several creativity conferences, I believe, right? New learnings.
Good way to learn about new and exciting careers. Community feeling.
Community feeling. Okay. Any other?
At the Buff State campus.
At the Buff State campus, that's another strength. Any other thing that would really say, okay, this is really a very positive aspect of this conference, something that is really
time to interact at a high level with regards to the creativity content.
Okay.
So creativity apply in different fields.
New tools and ways of doing things.
International presenters.
Students or volunteers.
Wow. Good. So we do have. Let's shoot for a few more, 2 or 3 more, to see. So what we are going to do when we use these tools is really go into a big flow of divergent thinking about all is a strength.
A chance for cohorts that have graduated to reunite.
Okay.
Easy to network. It's a chance to get a mentor.
Let's put it down. Everything down.
Open sharing between participants and presenters, maybe more than some other conferences because people feel open to that.
Yeah. I'm going to keep just a few more, and so just complete the post that you have, and then we move to the next step.
A way to present your creativity.
A chance for ICSC faculty to sit back and learn from others.
No.
A chance to actualize your knowledge and creativity.
Actualize that. Perfect.
Chance to interact with Puccio, Switalskis.
And all of them? All of the faculty. Okay. Anna, you still have one more, and then we're going to move into the next step.
A chance to discuss with students, scholars, and alumni.
So we do have a lot of strengths here, and we're going to, for the moment, of course, we can go further and further. In reality, I would take, probably 15 or 20 minutes to really see what are the strengths. We will go for quantity. We really want to see, because then when we select, we really want to find a point of uniqueness. But for now, this is good. And let's go to the weaknesses right now. And let's go and see what are some possible limitations, some possible weaknesses that you see of this conference. Sometimes weaknesses might be even the flip side of a strength, something that could be very positive, but also as a flip side, right? What are, let's look at all the possible limitations that you can think about of, say, creativity expert
Yeah,
exchange.
there are a lot of other creativity conferences just before and just after.
Yeah, so that could be something about the timing, right?
yes.
Timing, okay, so
Not open to outsiders.
not open to outsiders. So it's nice to see how this can be a flip side, community, but how open is to outsider. So it's
Only a week long.
only a week long, so it should be too short.
The course, and then some people may not attend who want to due to work and do it during the week.
The cost, what do you mean by the cost? Is high?
Well, it may be too high for some people to afford it.
Okay, so it's pricey, you find that? Okay, write it down so that we know exactly what it is, right, in terms of, that's also part of, when we are engaging in this kind of thinking, we need to be specific as much as we can.
So, too local, in the way that there's, you need to broaden.
Participants? Participants, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Limitations in the services like parking, food.
Yeah, yeah. We can go to anything, like, it could be services that we have there, food that we provide, that just look at what is that would limit the competitive advantage. And in fact, we're going to think after that about the landscape outside, but right now we are looking at the conference in itself and what are really some of the improvement, even, the areas there where this conference could become, maybe it's good, but it's not great, right? So where can we take this conference even greater?
Bring in other creative experts such as CEOs and other professors.
Some presentations being too long.
Yeah, okay. Some presentation being too long, so hours, so. Any other characteristic?
Not well known outside the ICSC community.
Okay.
Not enough time to network.
So it is very compressed, right, in time. There is a lot of things happening, so, and that can combine with the too short kind of thing.
Not a summary of all the sessions, like in terms of handouts
Yeah.
or how I might extend this.
Yeah. Just a couple more of weaknesses that we see in these conferences, things that really could get some very good improvement. Some might be some inherent limitation we can't do anything about, but it's important to know about that as we analyze.
More student presenters.
More students present, so give more space to the students. Okay.
Not
Two
sorry,
more.
Go ahead.
Anna.
Not able to attend enough master classes.
Not too much advertisement.
Yeah, so that's part of the no. Okay, so once again, we would go much further, right? But right now we stop here. Now we have completed, this is what we do in SWOT, this is the internal part. First of all, we are going to look in an organization, for example, or a brand, or we are going to look inside and to see what is it that makes us really competitive and what instead make us a little weaker if we compare ourselves also to the competition and all of that. But this is an inward look, okay? So before we move outside, because this is the below part of the SWOT is the opportunities that the market present and the threats maybe that we might have for this conference not to survive, right, in the future. I like you guys to converge, and I would decide to go for like a couple of people maybe you can represent, maybe an alumna, like Russ, and who else from the students would like to team with Russ to go through a convergent process that would represent everybody. Come on, Anna and Russ. Get some sticky dots here, and what I like you to do, representing everybody, okay, is to, let's get both of you the top, select the top 4 strengths that you think, when you select these, I would like you to really think about not what is good, what is positive, but what is outstanding. What makes this conference different from others? So what is the uniqueness that you don't find in other creativity conference? And by the same token, when you converge on the top 3, what you say, weaknesses here, let's just select the points that are really the most urgent and important for us to look at, in terms of, so we might need to really try to improve that if we want to, this conference to become a great conference. Okay, let's go.
Together?
Well, no, you can work separately, and then, or you can work together. Let's work together quickly so that they can, you know, get a minute to.
Let's do 4 together. Go for a second one.
Now, obviously, in the real process, as they are converging, they are making the selection. In the real process, we could start clustering some of these, right? We could start thinking about what these two things are really similar, right? That's what happened in a divergent process. We might have some things that are pretty much similar, or they have affinity, and so we can start putting them together or eliminating some duplicates. If we go with a divergent process a long time, we might have some duplicates. The important thing is at the end to isolate the key strengths and the key weaknesses. There you go. They are a good team, so they decided, so like we give them ownership of that. One go with the strengths and the other go with the weaknesses. Perfect job, thank you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to, thank you very much. We're going to put this, just for the sake of the demonstration, we put the strengths. Russ, would you please read them aloud as we go so that they can have a summary of...
Sure. So some of the strengths that we think make the conference here at Buff State for the ICSC extraordinary. A chance for ICSC faculty to sit back and learn from others. A way to present your own creativity. Creativity applied in many different fields. And a chance perhaps to get a mentor.
Thank you very much, Russ. So now we transition. So this is we start putting into the grid the strengths and the weaknesses. Now we go down into the external environment. Oh, you have not read that yet, or have you? Have you?
Not yet.
Oh, please, go ahead. Now go ahead with the weaknesses.
And the weaknesses, not enough time to network with other alumni and others, not able to attend enough master classes, so many good ones, we want to attend more. Some people may not attend who want to, due to the fact that most of the conference is during the week. And lastly, it's not really well known outside our community.
Do you think it represents pretty much a good synthesis of, thank you, Russ, thank you very much. So, and thank you, Anna, of course. Now we're going to go to the external environment. This conference, it doesn't occur in a vacuum. There is an environment, and what we need to see is what are some opportunities. So let's use our post-it notes to say, what are some opportunities the market presents, the market for conferences, the market for learning, might present, might offer in the future. I'm not looking for ideas. I'm just looking at what are some possible unmet needs of customers, for example. What are some new trends you are aware of in conference going? What are some new advancements in technology, for example, that could present opportunities? Let's try with...
So attend virtually or stream master classes.
There you go, perfect, okay.
You can dupe it.
What else? So these are data that we are collecting data, so we are not, but that's the kind of opportunities we are looking for. What else?
Well, I was writing at the same time, so
That's
virtual
okay.
segment.
Virtual segment, and we're going to just stick these together, because they are pretty much the same concept.
You might do local creativity expert exchange, like TEDx does local conferences now. Maybe we do that around the country or even around the world.
And so also in the landscape, in the external landscape, we have more and more flourishing of the local things and the TEDx kind of things and the local part. What are some other trends in conference going? You guys might have been in different conferences.
Get involved previously in the content of the session,
Okay, so
not only with the title or with the brief, more like with the handout. Maybe if you get it before the session, it's better to sell it.
Cooperate with other conferences?
So there is a cooperation, like a networking is part of the landscape, okay? So I remind you, it's important in your mindset, we are not really getting idea, but are looking at what are all the trends that could present and opportunities. Offer more session in the weekend. So what is the trend that you see around that? Like a great opportunity to...
Yeah, well, it seems like a lot of people around here work during the week and they don't have the time to take off to attend some of the sessions, so it would be great to offer more sessions on the weekend so that they don't miss it during the week.
Great. Any other thing?
Yeah, there's a trend, some of them, like conferences are also combining with kind of parties,
Yeah.
becoming festivals.
Festivals, and then the weekend also, can build on that.
Capture more of it in the TV studio to use later.
Yeah, it's another area of, so all this technology area, think about that.
Have it somewhere other than Buff State, like an iconic building in Buffalo.
Networking with the people at the conference, maybe getting job opportunities or new info.
There's an opportunity to turn the conference material into a book, into videos, into other publications.
So this the
The
opportunity
trend.
the trend to connect with
Capture,
publication
right.
and all of that.
Sessions with more examples in the professional and personal life and everyday life.
Let's grab a couple more. I see that they are writing them down, and so we're gonna put them, and then we're gonna stop, and we're gonna go to the last one.
Conference flash mob to gain attention.
Yeah. So there are again, more and more this kind of collective events, Anna.
Look for buildings that are fun and more technologically advanced.
Yeah. So there is a lot of opportunities to do with technology. And
Creativity is getting a lot of attention in the media these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, so that's an important trend. That's an important opportunity. That's what we really mean, in that area. I see a last one or two that are, and then we're gonna go to. And I wanted to grab those. You have anything or?
Promoting the conference heavily during World Creativity Week.
Okay. So now let's go and see if we are looking at the landscape, the environment outside, what are some threats that could really undermine the possibility, for example, of this conference to survive, having enough attendees? Something, there are stuff, again, customer needs, trends, technology, policy. There are changes that can occur in the environment for which what is a conference that we can sustain right now might not exist anymore in 2 years. What would they be?
There's an abundance right now of creativity conferences that are spurring up around the world.
Yeah. So a lot of competition, right? In that.
Yes.
What else?
If we invite outsiders, they might not even come at all.
Travel costs.
Travel costs, okay, increasing travel costs, for example. That's so in terms of being local, that's another possible threat. It's more and more difficult, right, to go to conferences.
I think a potential threat are some other creativity and innovation conferences are very well funded and sponsored,
Yeah.
and so they have a lot of publicity.
Sure. We have been to the Oklahoma, for example, a lot
Right.
of sponsorship, a lot of stuff here. There is not much sponsorship on money.
An unstable economy.
Yeah.
Maybe new students have more demands that come up and the pool dwindles as far as the emerging alumni.
Another science and creativity program opening up. That could be a threat.
Far out there, but creativity not being valued
Anymore. Maybe it's becoming more like, something that is not a commodity. We should never say that, but something they say, okay, another creativity conference. So we got to be careful about that. Just if you have one more and then we close up with the convergent process, Russ.
There's a rise in design thinking conferences as well.
Yeah.
So that might be another competitive thing.
Competitive scenario, an area where you say, okay, we're going to go to the design thinking conference. We have one more, and I like to grab
People
it.
will see it as just another conference.
Yeah, just another, it might be that way. So again, let's go back now that we look at the environment. And again, you see how this tool should be kind of used longer and longer so that we can really explore the whole landscape. But let's converge, let's ask again, Russ and Anna, for this tool so that they have been already a great team, so you can work back together and select the key 3 threats and the key 3 opportunities. Obviously, why this number 3? As you see, there is a small quantity that we have here, right? So we want to have something that is balanced, but we want to have the key opportunities that you see are going to, if we look at those opportunities, we can have, thriving in the future. We can look at how to use it, and conversely, what are the threats that might undermine its own survival? Absolutely. That's also part in Convergence. You sign something, you can put something on and elaborate a little bit.
Okay.
So Anna, let's put this, why don't you read the opportunities you selected on behalf of the whole community?
So a virtual segment and CEE together with TEDx, for example, and offer more sessions on the weekend and turn the conference into a book.
Okay, so this area is part of, and Russ, let's go with the threats area. What is that we want to look
Sure.
at?
A couple threats. Some other conferences related to creativity are very well funded in sponsorship. Another science and creativity program might open, or more creativity strands are being incorporated into a lot of like business school things. And then two that I clustered together are creativity conference overload, and that this conference may sometime feel like just another conference to those who are not in the know.
Okay, thank you. So right now, the process is about diverging and then converging and filling this grid. And then, of course, the next step is really what connected diagnostic with strategic thinking, and is really start getting some how might we out of this grid. Start thinking, looking at this picture, and there are some specific systems we can, if we have time, we can debrief that later. Maybe we can explain how, for example, we can look at the combination of strengths and opportunity, leveraging on your strengths and see the opportunity of the market and generate some how might we that would put together what are the strengths we can leverage on and what are the opportunities that the market present. Conversely, what are some opportunities that will help us overcome our weaknesses, right? Or what are some strengths that would be in connection with threats? How can we face some threats presented by the market by leveraging on our strengths? This is the tool.